Oh, y'all. Welcome to Secrets Hideaway podcast. Just what has been fingered by the one and only DJ Infinite. So that means we are live and ready for action. Take it away, babe.
Well, babe, how do you feel after this fingering that we get live on the Wednesday?
Well, I feel I'm as wet as it is outside.
Oh, it is. And look, and you're coming in clear and fine, and I got to turn the volume down.
Yeah, better turn that down. I don't
There
like
we
hearing
go.
the sound of my own voice.
You sound great, though.
I'm good with it.
It is a little wet outside, though. You're on to something.
It
here.
is,
And we got a
but-
super wet and sexy episode here today.
All the wet with Dan Cusimano.
That's right. The homie DK in the building, back by popular demand. Mr. Controversy himself. We got a whole bunch to unpack today. It's going to be a great show. Dan, welcome back, bro.
Thank you guys for welcoming me back. I know last time I was a little nervous. I was a little, kind of caught off guard with some of the people that come out from under rocks that had
Right.
so many positive and negative things to say, but with love comes hate. So
And when
I'm
you
back.
put yourself out there, bro, and be a real human, that was awesome. Hats off to you, bro. It was really cool to get to know you even better, hear from you as a human being. Because I think sometimes, too, in this whole lifestyle game, people forget that, everybody's a human. You know what I mean? And like,
For sure.
real feelings, real stuff, down-to-earth stuff. And you broke that down perfectly last time, bro. So thank you.
Well, last time I was here to talk about myself and all the changes and the evolution of me in the lifestyle. But here today, I'm here to just discuss some of the things that have worked for me and my partner, my friend group.
Shout out to Kathy.
Shout out to Kathy and
She's
my
in
Vibe Tribe.
the building, baby. We got so many people watching already. So much excitement, D. And it's going to be a good one, bro. We're pumped.
So, like I said, here, because we are so out there, we don't have kids. We're just business people that have fun on the weekends, and we've made a lot of mistakes, and we've done a lot of good things, and we've learned, fell on our feet, fell on our ass, fell on our face, fell in between legs, whatever. But we're just here to talk about what's worked for us and what hasn't worked for us, and.
But let me tell you on the flip too, D, and what's so cool about this, Jess and myself, obviously as brand ambassadors for Secrets Hideaway, everybody kind of knows our deal. Obviously, we date, we're together, obviously in love with each other. Here at Secrets Hideaway, the work and play balance, I think we try to ride that as best as possible. Want to make sure that we're providing a great sanctuary for people. So kind of hats off to you and Kathy too, and your group, because obviously, when the vibes are right with your tribe, as you like to say, everything's awesome and gravy, and it can become, and it does usually become, a great sexual energy, but that's not what you guys are all about. And I love that it starts with such a core of you guys being great people to get to that sexual energy. So hats off to you, bro.
Well, last time I touched on it a little bit about the respect and comfort and communication, and that's basically the basis of everything. And we roll that into our vanilla life, our business life, and obviously our pineapple journey. But, when everybody's comfortable, things happen, and you are able to explore when people are comfortable.
100%, man. So well put. And we're going to get back to chopping it up with Dan here on the official Secrets Hideaway podcast. And I think we're going to start doing this now that it's official. And we did get such great feedback from your episode, D. And it's great because you are polarizing in the best way, to where you give this great opinion that it's not so easy to just come out and say these things all the time. It takes somebody with a certain amount of thick skin and the ability to kind of get it both ways, because you're ready. I know, hey, like it's always a debate, so it's a conversation, and you're ready to break it down at all times. So that's a really cool thing that you wear it on your sleeve.
Well, one thing I take a lot of pride in is the fact that I don't say things like you should do this or you
Right.
should do that. I say this was work for us, and this is the mistakes I've made, and this is what I've done to resolve said issue. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but it is what it is. I'm going to learn from it. As long as I don't make the same mistakes twice, you'll be fine.
I love that. I love that. And we got a whole bunch of cool topics we're going to hit here with Dan in just a second. Jess, we had a great weekend on property. We're getting ready for another cool one. It is a little drizzly outside right now. I don't know what's going on in the state of Florida, but then again, it is the state of Florida. So that rain and it's been beating us up a little bit, but we're cool. We got it.
We are. We're still having a great time at Secrets Hideaway, because the wetter, the better, y'all. Whether you're in the pool or out of the pool, it's still a great time at Secrets.
I love it. So here's what we're going to do really quick. I want to give Dan the majority of this episode to get some really cool topics rolling. So Jess, why don't we hit what we got going on real quick? Let's talk about this past weekend was a blast. We had a great time. Shout out to the Sexy Squad, our whole team, VIP team, everybody that rocking and rolling at Secrets. Dan, you know how the weekends get down here at
For
Secrets,
sure.
and it takes an army and a family to run these Secrets
Absolutely,
weekends, right?
man. This staff, there's nothing better than these guys that keep this big puzzle together.
Love that. So, babe, what do we got going on coming up this weekend, and then we'll get into some story time with Dan.
I love story time with Dan, so let me quick get to it so we can get to the real guts and glory of this podcast. So on Friday, it's pineapple parties.
That's right. That's right.
And so we have a really cool, we're going to actually have a door decorating contest.
Love it. Backed by popular demand, y'all. And we are releasing a little more information. We were doing the door decorating on the socials. We're letting you know here on the podcast as well. Jess and I are also going to put we'll put an Instagram reel up for that so you guys can get more information. But that'll be this Friday, right, babe?
That is a Friday. That is correct. And door decoration will judge between 9 p.m. and 12 a.m. And then the winner is announced at the pool party at 3.
Love it.
And we have a really cool grand prize.
From our good friends.
From Secrets Hideaway.
That's right.
So it's
Right
a really
around the
cool
corner,
prize
yeah.
and one that's outside of the box that you get to take home with you.
That's right.
And so it's if you know, you know. And yeah.
And then we're going to follow it up on Saturday with some good old country action, right?
We got country line dancing tutorial from 8 to 9 under the Tiki Bar.
Right. And his boots and buckles, y'all.
And we're going to have a buckle contest.
You got any big buckles, Dan? Any
You got any big buckles?
Can't say that I do.
Like with your name on it, DAN in
got
case
a big
people.
chain.
That he does.
Many big chains.
That's it. We're working on it. But we will have a best buckle contest this Saturday night, and that'll also be at 11:30 inside the club, right?
That's right, y'all. So get all your buckles and fashions out because we can't wait to see them.
That's right. And last but certainly not least, this Sunday is the last Sunday of the month, so we're going to have our Mashup Sunday series for y'all. Chi-Town Shaney is in the building, and we'll be posting a flyer for that for y'all on Jess and myself social, as well as the Secrets Hideaway socials. You'll know all about that. That's our good friend Shaney from Chicago. She'll be in the house. I know, Jess, you're looking forward to this one, right?
Dude, I love when Chi-Town Shaney's here. She is a female DJ
That's
that
right.
can mix, MC. Yo, if you haven't heard her, you need to Sunday, right?
That's right, this
from
Sunday.
1 to 5, and we might hang out a little longer. So come hang out with Chi-Town Shaney and Team Justin Jordan.
That's right. It'll be a great weekend, and going to be all the bangers, all the fun, and our entire crew, the whole Secrets Hideaway DJ team, entertainment staff will be in the house as well. Ooh, that is a good one, too. Also, coming up next week, we're going to be rocking out. Jess, myself, our entertainment team will have our podcast on the road. Next week, we'll be live from the Fairvilla Megastore. We're going to be helping Fairvilla kick off their summer of 2025 party. They're having a great time over there at the Megastore, and we're going to kind of go out and help co-host that with Secrets, right?
Return of Felicio
That's right.
With-
the new mascot.
with Les Vixens
That's right. Les Vixens will be in the house.
and DJ
Zwain. That's right.
DJ Zwain.
That's right. There you go. DJ Zwain in
Look
the
at my
building.
memory's that good, y'all. I
Not
learned that
bad.
yesterday.
Killing
I
it.
still remembered.
Impressive.
Killing it. We'll also
know.
have a nice little bit of social media advertisement for that, so make sure you come check us out. If you're in the area hanging out, if you haven't seen any of Fairvilla, this is a mega store with 2.5 floors, pretty much 3 floors of sexy stuff. Dan, you ever been to the Fairvilla mega store?
Can't say that I have.
You and-
I buy everything online.
I'm going to say you and Kathy, if you do get out and about, they would do some damage in this store, the two of them.
Yeah, you
I
should
feel
come
like
hang out next
they would
Wednesday.
Enjoy that. It'd be a good time.
That's a possibility.
It's
I like
7 to
that.
9. It's a good time.
That's a direct invite from Jess, too. I'm telling you.
On
Listen,
it.
D, it's a lot easier to say yes to her. Yeah, we'll be podcasting somewhere between 2 and 3. We'll let you guys and gals know the exact time, but we'll be out there and we're going to be broadcasting live. It'll be a little bit earlier, so it'll be a special time because our time is obviously normally at 5 o'clock, but we're going to be doing and hosting that summer party live with Fairvilla next week. So it will be a special runtime of the Secrets podcast, probably around the 2 or 3 o'clock hour, but we'll bring you up to speed on that. So that's going to be our whole kind of weekend into the next half of the week. And it's always a great time, but we're here to rock and roll. We got great people on the chat, Dan. Already amazing lifestylers checking in. We got Carolina in the building saying what's up. Heather says what's up. She said the best team ever. Thank you so much, Heather. We appreciate y'all. Kimmy and Todd in the building. We got Carter in the building. Said Dan is a real one, baby. Yo, listen, you got your... I love that when you're on, bro, people get excited, Dan. You bring a little something special, a little extra buzz to the property. You're kind of like our extended entertainment, you know what I mean? Which is great. And we love the energy we get from you, man. You always bring a great crowd.
I appreciate
Great people.
I appreciate the overwhelming compliments.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
just, like I said, at the end of the day, I just want to treat people how I want to be treated, and
that.
I've learned that the hard way. I've also, evolved to the fact that I just simplified this as best as I can, and I just talk to people how I want my wife talked to.
I think that's a great way to look at it, man. You said that a little bit earlier. Can you elaborate on that? Because it sounds so simple. And Jess, you can kind of take this as a woman and a female, and with our relationship, you are the catalyst. You are the judge, jury, executioner. I don't know why people even come to talk to us, D. They bet that's where it needs to settle in right with the ladies first, I feel.
100% agree. Like I said, I'm no expert, but I have driven my truck off a cliff a few times.
Right. We've all been there.
At the end of the day, it just, people are coming to a place or going to a lifestyle event or a party, hotel party, or whatever, with the possibility to explore sexually, and who wants to do that when they're uncomfortable?
Right.
So if you lead with respect and you're not cheesy or gropey and grabby, and you know how to read the room, things just escalate and evolve so much faster and so much sexier.
Right.
So just, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about is reading the room. And
dude, I love that.
And there's not a couple out there that's been in this environment that has walked in a room and one person can throw an orgy off. One person can throw anything off.
Right.
So, and that whole, my wife says it best, just because you play with somebody once doesn't mean they're going to play with you again.
Right.
So these people walking up and sticking their tongue in your mouth and essentially cock blocking you or walking up to you and automatically thinking it's a go. Well, we look at lifestyle as this. It's like a track meet. The race starts over every time we see you. There's going to be a winner and a loser, right? Hopefully we all win, but at the end of the day, we start the race over again. And
this is also, too, y'all, also while encouraging, I think, the safe space, always for conversation. Because I know that even people that you have had the sexual part of the, relationship with other couples, you still might talk to them at other points, but maybe you're not having physical relationships with them that other time,
It's funny you say that because
there's a space for that.
Look at me now, people watching this podcast, and this is very real. Just because people sleep with you, that does not mean they're your friend. Just keeping it real. They're sleeping with you. Now, it's a blessing if they do it again, but just remember, just because these people sleep with you doesn't mean they're your friend. Sorry, not sorry.
So, and y'all, and this is a little bit of tough love. This is obviously Dan's opinion. Y'all know when you follow him on the socials, he's going to put it out there. And, he obviously has a little bit of a blunt way of putting it across, but this is open for opinion. So we want to hear about this. If you have an opinion, how this topic kind of affects you, if you ran into this topic in the lifestyle. And Jess, maybe you could touch on it from a woman's perspective a little bit more about, just everybody coming correct. You know what I mean?
Well, so Jordan and I, actually, Dan, it's so funny you said, remember the golden rule we're all taught in kindergarten is do unto others as you would have done unto you.
Absolutely,
or whatever, or
yeah.
treat others how you'd want to be treated. There are so many times Jordan and I look at each other and we're like, do you remember those rules they taught you in kindergarten? It's somehow, sometimes, as the older we get, it's those rules are forgotten.
Right.
Or I don't know exactly what happened. So I appreciate that it's the universe is hearing us in, because we literally talked about this 3 days ago, and just
we're so glad Dan's coming on the show because we get to talk about this a little bit.
And I love how Dan says to I'm going to talk to you I'm talking to my wife, to just show that respect in general to people, to just be I'm going to treat you as if you're one of my own. I'm going to give you that much respect off the bat.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, because not everyone's like that, and it's hard to get like that, especially when you have been maybe people have done you a little dirty, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I've done people dirty. I'm no saint, and I've been done dirty. And at the end of the day, I find myself being less stressed and less mentally exhausted in this environment by just being nice, man. And if people are just assholes, just move, see you later. Don't chase, replace, move on.
Right.
And that's how I looked at it. And surrounding yourself with people that elevate you, whether it's sexually, your energy wise, and all of that stuff. You're in a really good group of people is when you're not in the room and they're defending you if your name comes up.
Right.
And that's the kind of people I like being around. The sex is easy, everything else is hard. I don't care what anybody says. Sex is easy, everything else is hard. And when you figure everything else out, this lifestyle is not a journey anymore. It's a real lifestyle.
Well, let me push this a little bit too, Dan, because do you feel so? I feel, Jess and I, obviously, as brand ambassadors here for Secrets, all the Secrets groups, all the lifestyle groups that come across, we're live on the socials. We see so many different topics, things getting digested differently. I feel like people now are kind of do you think that the sex has kind of taken the primary visible spot in the lifestyle? I feel like everybody equates the lifestyle to primarily swinging a lot now. It's becoming.
Well, I think everybody has a different perspective, and
Right.
I use this analogy often. When you go to Publix in the canned good aisle, there's 8 cans of green beans and all
Correct.
different brands because everybody's looking for something different. My group of friends, sex is prioritized, but not like we don't lead with sex. It happens, organically. There's some people that don't want
Right.
to know your name and they sport fuck.
Right.
Sorry.
Right. Well, we're allowed
But-
3. That was
but
one. We got 2 left.
But at the end of the day,
We got 2 left.
But at the end of the day, everybody is looking for something different. It's your responsibility to get out there and socialize, whether it's at Secrets or at a house party or
and
at a
mix it up
takeover or
first
something.
to get the vibe and the energy on it, right?
Yeah, for sure. And it's shame on you if you don't have an experience, because guess what? People go to lifestyle parties, clubs, resorts, cruises, etc., with an open mind, with potentially looking to do something sexual. So if you don't get any action, that's a you problem, not a them problem, because
Right.
people aren't just going to walk up to you. Not everybody's going to be that presumptuous. Who cares?
Right.
If they say no, on to the next. Don't
Right.
chase, replace.
Well, that's also why I appreciate too, Dan. You also say, and as it is, this lifestyle thing is an escape for y'all. This isn't where you live and hang your hat 24/7. You know what I mean? So it is the escape for you where you can
For sure.
have that separate world where it is fun. Hey, keep it moving, because this is how myself, my wife, our tribe, our people, we hang out. This is how we hang out
do.
and keep it rolling, right?
And we love Secrets. We love this place.
Yeah.
And we spend a lot of time and money here. But we also travel and we put ourselves out there and we explore. We know, there's so much going on out there, and it's great to network. So don't be scared to experiment. Don't be scared to go out there and tell people about Secrets and then plan parties back here. That's what we do mostly.
I love this, Dan. This is awesome. Let's just chime in here. We have so many people chiming in on the chat right now and just adding amazing comments. Right now, you have Sebastian in the building. They're saying they love you, Big Dan. Bo Martin's out here, and he says that their perspective is that they let the ladies lead. Because the guys, want the ladies, and the ladies want the ladies, and the guys are just kind of there. Of course, always be respectful, but ultimately, the ladies run the show, and I think that's right. I mean, that's everybody's kind of chopping up that.
100%, the ladies run a
well
show.
put, Bo. I love it. Susan says, when you approach, be respectful. Period. And that being said, ladies, just as guys, both should be respectful. This is great. 100% what you're saying is true, positive, fun vibes. That's right. And this is great, Susan, too. You totally get it as well. It's an energy thing. That's kind of Jess and myself and our entertainment team and the Secrets brand ambassadors. We want you all to feel the energy. The sex is there. If you're feeling the energy, if you're doing that, if you're meeting the people and you're putting in the work to kind of mix it up and be comfortable in the discomfort, you're going to have the sex, I feel like.
So that being said, I will say this. Sometimes I even caught myself, me and my wife caught herself saying, holy shit, we're going down a lifestyle rabbit hole. We need to take a step back, and it's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a step back, regroup, talk about your rules on a Tuesday night when
Right.
you're laying in bed, saying this works for me, that doesn't work for me. Me and my wife experimented recently. We're like, yep, we're not doing that again. That being said, it's okay to take a step back and regroup, because this can be mentally exhausting and mentally fatiguing.
Right.
Rejection, it stings. People not welcoming you in their group, that shit hurts. You gossip. Best advice I got, and I learned the hard way, is if it don't involve you, don't repeat it. Who gives a shit what they're talking about? Because most of the time when it gets repeated, it's gonna turn into the game telephone, and it's gonna be shit at the end of the pipe,
Right.
and nothing good comes from it. So
Right.
I stopped gossiping, I stopped repeating, and my life got a lot less stressful.
So I'll be honest, Dan, and this is I've just noticed from your character. I know that and especially last time, when you did your first episode with us, there was so many different polarizing factors that came in. You got great praise. You got people that are like, "Hey, I can't believe Dan's doing this." They're like, "Oh, I know him from this and that." So you had so many different types of reaction, and I know you wanted to handle them all straight up. If somebody said something or did something, like, "Hey, let's nip it right here," and like, "Here's me, and this is what I am." I love that you always wear it out. Like, you put yourself out on your sleeve every time, bro. And
Well,
if somebody's saying something or doing something, you're like, "Hey, let's squash it and figure it out."
I literally just had a conversation 45 minutes ago with a couple that was
I was
just
hoping
here,
I was hoping I was going to lead you into it. There you go.
We just had a very, very cool conversation, and out of respect for that couple, I'm not going to say their names, but thank you so much. We ironed out a wrinkle that I didn't even know existed because of hearsay bullshit. And guess what? We hugged it out, and these people are coming to my party next month. And it's like, if you talk about things like adults instead of being like passive or distant, you're never going to get a resolution to anything. And that's life in general, business, your marriage, lifestyle. I mean, this lifestyle stuff is supposed to be fun. This is fantasy land, and Secrets is fucking Disney World.
Right.
So, sorry. I didn't mean to curse.
That's two. We got one more. It's all good. We're cool.
But you know, so, you know, that being said, like, this is supposed to be fun, not stressful. You're supposed to, you know, only thing stressful is going to be what you're wearing that weekend.
Right.
Like, what are we doing here, guys?
Dan, let me hit it because you have so many good facts. You're hitting so many great nuggets. What's some good ways that you can maybe help our lifestylers, people listening and watching for the first time, or maybe they're veterans to this whole lifestyle thing? What are some good advice and tips for like good headspace in the lifestyle? How can you keep yourself chill, keep yourself kind of cool? Don't let this whole thing kind of take it over and kind of let it run away with you.
I love that because it's gratitude for your partner.
Right, 100%.
You wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't your partner supporting it. You support your partner, they support you, and together you come into this together. And if you present as a power couple, there's nothing sexier.
Amen.
Than
High
that.
five me. Show
There's
me you're
nothing
alive, me.
sexier than that. For the longest time, I would be the guy that would walk 4 feet in front of my wife, and that was embarrassing. And you know, and a lot of people thought I was a single. Embarrassing. We took a couple weeks back. We focused on each other, and we're doing this together.
Bro,
Like,
I'll be honest. I feel you on the walking ahead part. Like seriously, like little things where either I'll leave the office first or Jess will leave the office. Some people have come up to us that have not known that we've been dating for 2 years plus, that we are a couple. And so,
Well,
you know, little things you do have to tighten up a little just to, you know, kind of show. I want to make sure I'm representing her to the best while we're working our butts off out here, you know?
I love that you're bringing up that you and her as an example.
100%.
So there are people out here that present themselves as swingers, soft swappers, full swappers, unicorn hunter, wife poachers. I hate you.
Brand ambassadors.
What
They do a little bit
brand
of everything.
ambassador, host couple, whatever. So it's your responsibility to tell people what your dynamic is. Don't spend 3 hours with somebody and they go to play ass grab and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, we only want your wife. That's shitty. Or, you know, right out the gate, hey, what are you guys into? What is your dynamic? What brings you here? What have you got? What are you guys trying to get into tonight?
Right.
Cut to the chase. Become a closer because you're going to spend 2 hours with somebody and next thing you know, you're like, this was stupid.
Dan, can I ask you? So we have, there was a couple in New Orleans that say they are never closers.
Oh yeah, this is a whole subject.
Yeah,
bro.
so
Tell 'em.
can you
Yes,
give,
yes, this is
do
great.
you have like top
So-
tricks to be a closer? Because
Like you put in all the work. Yeah, you put the work in throughout the whole thing.
Openers suck at closers.
Great memory, Jess. So good.
First
Way
of
to
all,
tie it.
the last woman I chased, I married. So I'm going to be completely
Hey,
transparent.
Kathy,
with-
where you at?
completely transparent so that I will put energy and effort to get to know people. I'm in the long game with
Right.
everybody. I'm not more of a hey, nice to meet you, want to play kind of guy.
Sure.
I like to see how they treat their partner, all of that stuff. Now, granted, have we been on vacation and experiments? And I call it pointing and shooting.
Okay.
We've done that. Not my vibe, not my style, but.
Well, 'cause
Organic-
you need the
I don't-
energy,
I
kid.
can't give advice to like force play because I'm not a closer. I'm so organic. I just put myself in organic situations where if you give a shit about what's coming out of that person's mouth, that's what happens. You don't even, because if you're both in a sexual club or sexual party or sex boat, whatever it may be,
Right.
you already know mentally they're there to possibly have sex.
Right.
So half the work is already
Let's
done.
address the elephant in the room.
So you guys are like, hey, what brought you here? What are you
Right.
into this? I'm not a closer. I try to grow friendships. And I say this as polite as I possibly can. I'm not a big kiss and tell guy, but when people say like, "Oh, Dan, you play with a lot of people," no, I do not play with a lot of people. I play with the same people a lot, and it's because I'm comfortable. And it took a lot to get there. But you know, our past 10 trips to Secrets, we haven't played with anybody. Do you think I give a shit? Nope, we had a blast.
Yep.
But if you prioritize sex, you're gonna get what you get. You know, nothing good comes easy, and nothing easy comes good.
Plus, you know, perception is 98% of everything. So if it looks like it too, a lot of things too, your energy's always up. The fun is always there. The party's there. So people probably do also assume that, hey, they're having the sex all the time. You know what I mean?
You know,
So,
but now, granted, that couple that flew in from Wisconsin, Wyoming, Canada, and they're here to get. There's a couple at the bar right now. I
100%
just met
from Canada.
They're
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
There's
Shout
nobody
out
here.
to the
I guess we're
Canadian
only playing with them
lifestylers.
2 people.
We love y'all.
I'm like, you know, good for you. That's not me. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm
Right.
not judging you. But the chances of me meeting somebody and saying right out the gate, going, "Yo, this isn't a hunt." for me. This isn't a hunt for me and my wife. This is we already have an amazing steak dinner. We're just spicing it up a little bit.
Right.
We don't give a shit if we play or not.
But the cool
Right.
thing is too, Dan, I feel like you're out there. You just named literally 6 to 8 people, couples that are around the bar hanging out, and you just did that off regular conversation. Not so much like a direct, hey, I'm going to talk to you. It's just the energy came in. You felt it out. You like knowing where people are from. You like reading your room, dude, and knowing your audience and who's out there because, hey, everybody's a potential friend, cool relationship. Maybe it's a drink over here. Maybe it's a hang out at my house over there.
I have the same vibe if I'm at Applebee's, bro.
Right.
Like
100%.
I don't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think there's been a past
Secrets.
where people have felt the Dan Coos of the old was this, bro, everything that you messed with myself, Jess, and I know you through her from before I was even here at Secrets, like that. You've always come correct. You've always been direct. You've always been that dude.
That's not necessarily true because
for us on our end, for me, my experience with you, 100%.
But I'll be testimonial and be real with you. I've experimented with drugs and became a douchebag.
Right.
I've experimented with too much alcohol and became a douchebag.
I think everybody's had their ride with certain stuff.
And there are certain people out there who pray that I crash my car on the ride home because I was that douchebag. And you know what? I apologize and move on. That being said, if you're better tomorrow, you'll just be better.
I love that.
And it's not better than any person. Just set daily goals and win. Like win every day at something so that you're better. And if you relate that to lifestyle and treating people with respect and comfort, granted,
you know what?
Some people do like to point and shoot though. And
I hear that. I hear that a lot.
Can I quick ask a
go ahead,
question
babe,
before?
please.
So Dan, you were saying in lifestyle, people think you have sex a lot, but you have sex a lot with the same couples or the same people you know.
Essentially, yeah.
And so my question to you with that is because you said, oh my God, I'm trying to find. How you are just. Hang on, I lost.
I'm perceived as somebody that's always looking for the next piece.
You used to be.
Yeah.
Well, but I will also tell you this, and I will tell you right now, I'm not going to say their name, and I don't want to put them on the spot, but one of the closest couples me and my wife are close to, literally, we've got this incredible friendship. We just spent a weekend together. We don't play with them.
Right.
Our sex, we fuck right in the bed next to each other, high-fiving each other,
right.
But we've never played with each other. We've never swapped.
And there's a space for that.
Yes.
But guess what? It's awesome. To me, that's lifestyle. That's sexual freedom.
Right.
Yes.
That's not being judged. The dude wiped sweat off my forehead this weekend when I was, going into round 9 with Floyd Mayweather's wife. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. But you get what I'm saying? Like, that's lifestyles when you're that comfortable with somebody and it's not sex motivated in the sense of
brothers and sisters on the front line.
In the weirdest Jerry Springer way, like it's a tribe, man.
I get it.
And when you find that, you get it. And I don't know what else to say.
I love that. And how do you feel? So go ahead, baby. I knew you.
Sorry, I remember my train of thought. So my question
please.
was, so Dan, how you say if you have sex with a couple and then you're like, doesn't mean it's always going to be every time. So how do you establish boundaries? Because you say you do end up having sex sometimes with the same people. So how do you establish those boundaries with people? Or since you're such an organic person, does it just, how does
you have sex with somebody the first time, it's weird. There's hygiene issues, there's performance issues, there's eye contact issues, there's energy issues. Right out the gate, I'm not doing this shit again.
Right.
Right, I ain't doing this shit again. And you usually know if you're done within 20 minutes. Like, not going back down that road. But, we can be friends, high five. But if you have a really good time, you start texting, you communicate, you start planning shit, you start doing shit. That's how you know when you're in a good space.
Oh, when stuff's calculated and you're like, yo, let's,
the hardest part is me and my wife always say, the true unicorn in the lifestyle isn't that single girl prancing around with her ass out. It's 4 people on the same page. It's 4 people vibing. When you find two couples that truly vibe, that's the true unicorn. These single girls running around, there's too many of them running around there. There's nothing majestic about them anymore.
Right.
Unicorns, they're everywhere. But in our honest experience, it's when you have a true bond with like a couple, a good experience, that's the real unicorn.
Dude, these are really, really great comments, y'all. And we're chopping it up on the official Secrets Hideaway podcast with the homie Dan Cuz. If you have an opinion on this, these are Dan's opinions, y'all. This is how he rocks it and this is how he rolls. I know, right? We always got to disclaim this, homie. We are going to be doing this episode once a month with y'all where we break down.
These are all my testimonies, though.
Yeah,
It doesn't make me
and
right.
we want to hear more from y'all. We have great questions on the chat right now. I actually have...
Put up, they say that
You should.
The things you hear are not the secrets.
No, there's
No,
some.
no, no.
Well, no, actually, it's cool because the things that you hear too. This is Dan. Dan's a great friend of ours. Dan's entitled to his opinion for the way that he feels, all his stuff. He has very strong opinions. So what we want everybody to know that Dan's a real human being and deserves at least an opportunity for y'all to hear how he feels. You know what I mean? Some of you might agree, some of you might disagree, and. Jess and I love the position because this gives us a platform to be able to really tackle some tough topics.
For sure.
Here's a question from somebody here. I think.
Okay.
It says.
The cheaters?
Yes.
Was that one? So it said right here, Dan, I'm looking at it. It says, what do you do? How do you deal with partners that lie?
That's a red flag. We don't deal with that shit. You call them out in front of their partner. It might cause drama, but guess what? Hey, guys, unfortunately, your partner said this. We don't feel comfortable with that, and we disengage. That's a them problem, not a you problem.
So now, Dan, let me do this real quick. So you have the Dan Coos answer, which is
that's how we handle things.
Can you lighten that? If you had to lighten it a hair,
what would
how
Kathy's
could you even
answer be?
How
the
could you even
same?
start a conversation?
Wife,
how would you get into handling that situation?
My wife would pull the wife aside and say, "Hey, unfortunately, our energies don't match. We'll hit you guys up later," and we would disengage.
Now, do you think that's something that maybe should be for the lighter partner to kind of nicely say to keep it cool, or does some things have to be
on the line.
given?
If it's a rule break being broken or something like that, and you got also there's layers to friendship. But if it's like deceitful, grimy shit,
right?
I call them out. I don't.
Seraphine, a great question, by the way.
So how would you do? So Dan, you and I have kind of talked about. So it's like you've established a relationship or interaction with a couple. You go to the room and you guys think everyone's like into each other, but then it's like the girl's really only into someone, and then and it's like one person's really into playing, and when they get
Thank you,
they're
Victoria.
like, I only watch and this one only plays, or you know what I'm saying?
So if that's happened to me one time, and since me and my wife have different unique rules than most, and I'm not going to share those publicly out of respect for my wife, what we would do in that situation is we would disengage.
Right.
Or if I'm supportive of the situation, everything's negotiated before we go. Everything's discussed before we say, "Hey guys, what are your rules?" "Hey, well, the wife's really not into me. We really just want your wife." Yeah, your presentation shit, that's not happening.
Right.
Some people I call them wife poachers. I want to watch my husband play, but I'm not into it. You're an asshole for that. Sorry, not sorry.
And people can be that, because like
They
I
are
said,
that
Jess,
brash.
they're
I hear
that
stories
short
about
with
this
you
all the time.
Okay.
It hasn't happened to me because I don't have that kind of energy. I don't put myself in situations to fail. So
right.
I would rather get. I'm not going to go back to a sexual space and get my feelings hurt. I'd rather not put myself in a situation. So I ask those uncomfortable questions before the pants are even off and the condoms are coming out of the bag.
Right.
Like
save everybody some time.
Save
and
everybody
energy.
some time.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you on that.
Like save that, and I think that's one thing in a lifestyle environment. Not just secrets. I'm talking house party. I'm talking whatever sexual situation you're in. Don't waste somebody's time. Let them know what your intentions are. Let them know what are you there for. What are you there? Like this weekend, we hosted a party at the Hard Rock. Had 20 couples show up. 3 of the couples did not look like their pictures. Who do you think had to give the kiss of death? All my friends are like, "Dan, you get to go tell them they catfished us." We all were going upstairs to this suite to grab some food and drinks. And I said, "Hey guys, I need to talk to you." I said, "Unfortunately, your energy doesn't match our group." And then when one of the people got defensive, I pulled his picture out and said, "Bro, that don't look like you."
Right.
That's uncomfortable. But guess what? I had to do it. There are people on this chat that can vouch for me that I did do it. And then it is what it is. Just read the room, guys. Like,
going back, and we said it when we first started the episode, that's like one of the mainstays, reading the room. And I think that goes for, everything. Like, as far as like the energy's concerned, the vibe, just reading the room when you first come out to say, "Hey, let me kind of survey the scene and see what's going on today. How can I get into a cool conversation easily, not abruptly, not abrasively?" Like, that's huge.
So what's really I've been observing this because I've been smoking a lot of pot lately. Observing like.
Hey, California silver ain't a bad thing.
Listen, bro,
Nothing
it's changed my life. I've been observing a lot lately instead of engaging. I observe, and one thing I've noticed, whether we're in Fort Lauderdale down there on a boat and a Tampa club here, is there's a lot of ego in the lifestyle. Why is everybody showing up with ego? Nobody gives a shit that you know the owner. Who cares? Nobody gives a shit that you're friends with somebody that makes $1 million on OnlyFans. Whoop-de-fucking-do. At the end of the day, like, we're all here to have good vibes, man. We got lives that are stressful. Kids, businesses, bills.
Divorce, death in the family.
Last thing I want to deal with some girl throwing her ego around, chasing follows and likes. Keep that shit at home. I don't care.
Now, these are all, Dan's personal rough opinions, but think about the grand scheme of everything. Yes, people do come to Secrets, like a place like this, for an escape. This is an escape from life. Everybody's got a ton of stuff going on. It is, and it's the last thing that I think people want to experience here is any kind of friction point that's going to take away from that great time, right, Dave? I mean,
exactly.
And Jess, I mean, you want to add to that anything, babe? I mean, I feel like
come here to have fun and leave that stressful shit at the door because nobody cares. And another thing, these people are not, medical marriage counselors. If you and your husband are fighting, keep that shit at home. If you guys me and my wife have literally gone to dinner, driving down the road, had an argument, and I popped a U-turn middle of I-4 and took my ass back to Daytona. It's not fair to the community. It's not fair to the group that you guys are having issues. Keep that shit at home.
This is all cool stuff and really, really great stuff. If you all have an opinion on this, we want to hear about it. If you have any questions for Dan, this is now going to be a monthly segment that we're doing here, kind of a Secrets Uncensored episode where we do tackle some of the tough topics throughout the lifestyle. If you're following the chats, the groups, there's a lifestyle pulse that goes throughout the world, the country on the day-to-day here in the lifestyle, and definitely throughout the world too. So many ins and outs, everything from, resorts to, private establishments to house parties to, people just meeting up at meet and greet nights. And there's so many different levels and branches of the lifestyle that are now coming to fruition and coming to life more, being that it's obviously viewed so much on the socials, right, Jess?
It is. And that's the thing too, why we love having Dan and other people on our podcast. Jordan and I are just two people. We see, lifestyle from, our job and
so many different angles as kind of like the hub. Secrets is the hub. So it's almost like this, if we're going to be in it and engulfed in it 24/7, because that was one of the things too, Dan, we want to make sure that we are learning every day and, this lifestyle culture and making sure that all the different stuff's coming because, one day, Jess and I probably will get into the swinging community down the road, years up the thing. And we want to make sure our culture is right. When we do it.
I get it, and I love that you guys talk about your dynamic and stuff. I wish, Success Leaves Clues. I read this book by Sean Whalen, and it's called How to Make Shit Happen, and it's about eliminating liability in your life. And then in that book, he preaches success leaves clues. Pay attention to these happy couples around you. Pay attention around the people who always have the hot people around them that are very vibrant, very, very talkative, chatty, generous, etc. But not leading with their genitals, but are leading with their energy. Yeah. If you surround yourself with those kind of people, I promise you your lifestyle journey will just evolve to something sexy and special, and you will really have something close to family.
It's so true.
And that's the thing too. And so Dan said it so well. And that's the thing. And I can't remember if it was you or you posted similar. And I think it might have been Heather and Jason from iOS. But they wrote, if someone, it actually might have been Kathy or you actually. I can't remember. But it's like if that person doesn't text you or like your friend circle doesn't reach out to you, but you reach out to them, it's like don't give people the energy that they don't reciprocate.
Yeah, that's me. I match energy. I match energy.
I knew I was someone on social media wrote that, and I was like 100%.
It's me. I match energies. But sometimes I gotta be careful because some of these people come at me sideways. I don't even know if I want to come at them sideways because it could just go bad. But like I said, man, just be good. Just make this be happy. This is a happy environment. Like, there's no room for negativity.
And I tell Jordan, just like our golden rule, I'm like 2 wrongs don't make a right. So that's the thing too. It's like maybe Dan has turned over a new leaf. You know what I mean? Dan and even I said today, sometimes we always don't see eye to eye, but our friendship has always been the same. We come correct and we call each other out and just clear our side of the street because we actually genuinely respect our friendship and who we are as friends and how we've established that relationship, and that with Jordan as well.
So well said.
So another thing that I wanted to address or talk about
is please.
Quit getting upset when people break your rules, even though you didn't tell them that was your rule. That's a common thing. Well, they broke our rule. Well, they didn't know your rule.
Was that communicated?
Communication is everything.
So now, is that something you like right up front? I know some couples write them down. I know some couples say them. Like, what's your approach?
If the four of us are getting down and dirty, and you
Right.
have a no snuggling rule, and we're over there snuggling, whose fault is it? Mine or yours?
Well, if I didn't tell you,
There you go. Tell your rules.
if I didn't tell you what's up, it's
tell
on
your
me.
rules.
Yeah.
You know, like everything from condoms to kissing to
Right.
chewing gum to not doing missionary sex. I've heard all the weird shit. So, you got to, if people have rules, you got to share your rules. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? When you drive on the interstate, there's a friggin' speed limit sign for a reason.
Right.
It's there. Share your rules.
No matter how fast they go in Florida, bro.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of people don't want to talk about it. That just avoids drama.
I love it. Monica's backing this up. She says 100% communication, absolute truth from Red and Wheeze. Love it. Susan saying amen. Susan also said good vibes in this and in the lifestyle. It's what we love about Secrets and the team. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Susan. This is great. It's been such a great episode. Chopping it up with the homie Dan Cuz in the building. This is going to be a regular monthly episode. I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe we make him wait till the end of the month, Dan. Like
Whatever.
maybe we bring him home, or I don't know how it's going to work with your schedule. But once a month, we will have Dan in the house chopping up the latest and greatest. And here's what we want to do throughout the lifestyle. So if you're not following Jess and myself, it's Team Jess and Jordan Marshall. If you're not following Secrets Hideaway, make sure you follow the Secrets groups. Jump all in. Make sure you're following DK. All right, DK Cuz.
DKLS Coos.
LSQs.
Also, sometimes my posts are not for the faint of heart. They're not personal. Sometimes I read a book, see a commercial, hear a song. I repeat the
they're
quote.
meant to create exactly what they're doing. I'm going to speak for you on his behalf. It's a reaction, and it's the ability to chop up these great topics. We're going to use a lot of Dan's content because this is how he's been out the gate. I've known this dude, and Jess has known him even before me. I've known him for the past 2 years or so, and it's always been this type of personality. So it's like you get what you get, and you're not trying to offend anybody. Hopefully you don't get upset. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not trying to offend you, but if
No.
you get offended, that's a
Bro,
you problem, not a me problem.
You're a real person, dude, and that's why it's a great platform to have Jess, myself, Secrets Hideaway kind of make this palatable, because these are real topics that people deal with on the lifestyle like every minute of every week. And if you want to have that confidence going into the weekend, I think a lot of these episodes with you, Dan, will help a lot of people. So
I just thank you for the opportunity. This has been to be able to come on here and talk about my failures, my growth, and what works for me and my wife and what doesn't work. It doesn't mean it's going to work for you guys. It doesn't, but it's always good to hear other people out there struggling, because nobody's this rock star lifestyler, shows up the hottest, best looking, plays with the hottest, has the best. No, that ain't the case. No, nobody. No, this isn't. This isn't the movies. This lifestyle isn't a hustler porno. I can promise you that. You unturn stones and find things you don't want to do. You end up making jokes with people, and they end up taking them serious.
Right.
Or words get twisted. Everybody's playing the game telephone. It's raining outside. Next thing you know, 4 people die in a hurricane. Guys, I'm gonna reiterate it. I'm guilty of it. Don't repeat shit if it doesn't affect you. That'll save you a lot of stress in this lifestyle. I always joke, and I say I say a lifestyle party with a bunch of strangers is like a high school lunchroom. You got the jocks, the nerds, the cheerleaders, et cetera. At the end of the day, don't get caught up in that bullshit. You're there to elevate your partner. Have fun. Make it about them, whether you're at Secrets, a road trip, a house party, wherever. And, just learn from your mistakes.
Love it.
You know.
Love it. Chopping it up here with the homie Dan Coos in the building, doing it live for y'all. Mr. Controversial. Once a month, we will have him here on the official Secrets Hideaway podcast. It's been another amazing episode. Episode 2 of having Dan back here at Secrets Hideaway on the show. So we're chopping it up. This is Victoria checking in, and she says, it's your responsibility to respect and enforce the rules and boundaries you set up. Others cannot do it for you, as each person and couple have their own. Exactly.
Absolutely,
100%.
Victoria. Miss you, my friend.
Totally well done. Well done. And shout out to everybody on the chat, hanging out and doing it.
Can I ask a question, Dan?
Ask
in
my
regards
question.
to,
Yeah.
Get it.
So I like this. So, because we kind of talked about, I don't know if we totally touched it, but what about the expectations or rules Secrets Hideaway or other lifestyle places have for the guests as well as the employees, the outside performers, DJs, etc.?
I will tell you this. When you walk into Wing House, you don't smack the waitress's ass. When you go to these bars and nightclubs, you're not smacking asses, so don't touch these people. You got to be respectful. Period. I'll say it as as kindly as I can. I was making a joke about you, Jess, earlier doing your morning yoga works out. You don't think I want to smack your ass? Yeah, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get kicked off property to fulfill an ass smacking fantasy. So with these people that are, how would you feel as if that happened to your husband at their job? Right. Don't be dick grabbing. It is what it is. It's super disrespectful. And that's just my opinion. Have I been guilty of it? Yep. I've had my hand smacked. I'm not innocent. I'm not telling you I haven't made mistakes, but I've learned the hard way, and I've got banned from places for being a retard. If that's not a PC word, I don't care. I was a retard.
No, and we totally understand. And I think unfortunately too, what it is that. For a minute, Secrets Hideaway has this 16-year legacy, and all different shapes and sizes, twists and turns. And the last 4 years, we've been really ramping this thing up to be a flagship, location for amazing just vibes from all over the world. We've been trying to do this recently, and I think the change that we've been asking really quick is a lot to ask of people in certain situations too. So it's been a quick change to a higher degree, a whiter glove service, and we appreciate y'all. We want to thank each and every one of y'all, all the lifestylers, everybody from all over the world for allowing us to do this, because we do realize we're asking for a lot in changing and elevating the experience.
Especially for a long time. Dan, how long have you been coming to Secrets now?
7 years.
7 years. So
I've seen a good amount of it.
And in the beginning, I feel it was very, not to say it's still not sexually driven, but it is still sexually driven. But we're still trying to. It's like if Disney had a sex club and they could white glove it, how would we do that?
Right.
Well, that's what we're trying to do at Secrets Hideaway.
Correct.
I love coming here. It's just I don't know how you can. White glove anything where people are getting blowjobs in cabanas.
But we're gonna try, Dan. We're gonna try.
Hey, Dan, listen.
Maybe a bit of cloth to dab it off after you get.
I'll be honest, bro. The big thing is that sex is always gonna win. You know what I mean? If we can make it a little cooler, a little more fun, a little more mysterious, and be like, "Yo, that was a cool way to present it," I think that's great.
Cheers to you for that, bro.
That's it.
That's cool.
That's it, dude.
We go down trying. We try and come up with some cool stuff
Jess
to
will
keep
go
all
down,
of you entertained.
up, down.
I saw somebody in the coast because I never said that.
Dude, this is your comment.
I never said soft swap is a bad thing. I said
hold on, this
I
is
said
actually great because this is the MTD Pickle actually said they recently read a post about soft swap being a bad thing. It was actually Dan's post, and Dan can actually repeat it for you verbatim. What would the actual post say?
I would say soft swap is stupid. So it is what it is. I think it's dumb.
Now,
my wife is not blowing anybody for 2 hours.
Hold on. Break down the opinion. Dan has a very aggressive opinion on this.
Did Kathy have to unfortunately do that? And she's like,
break down the method of this. Get the mindset
again.
behind
Here's
this.
the question. Soft swap is what? It's only the one.
No penetration.
No penetration. So everything but actual.
It's stupid.
It's stupid.
It's basically everything but
Hold on, Dan.
penetration.
Wait a second. But for somebody like Jess and I, if we wanted to get into it, maybe we're not ready for the soft swap for us just to try it out. I don't know.
It's kind of like a little league player going to standing up bat with a major league baseball player throwing a pitch.
So Dan's telling me that I'm over here playing, single A.
Go play with the little boys.
That's it. I'm trying to be the Michael Jordan when he played for the Birmingham Barons.
Dan, I would love to ask you. I would love to ask you. Okay, so to me, soft swap is more intimate than sex.
Well, you can keep that intimate shit to yourself.
I love it. But you know what? Dan is still a very good friend of ours. Yo, we love this dude. But this is why Jess is looking at it right now like, huh. But you know what? That's our homie.
This is why they put me in the middle,
and it's
y'all.
all good. And that's why.
No, here's this. This is my thing. This
Ray,
is what I call it.
this is
I
where
love
I'm
it.
like, I love Ray, who's been here the longest, is asking. He's like, can I get definitions,
This
please?
is why.
Dave says me too.
This is why. This is why I think soft swap is stupid, because majority of the people who only soft swap don't tell you they're soft swap till you get back in a situation and you're naked and you're like, oh shit, we're here.
Right.
Most of those people don't tell you.
I'm not
by the
allowed to put
way,
this anywhere.
There's no penetration. They tell you when you pull the condom out and they're like, what are you doing, bro? Yeah, what are you talking about, man?
So rumor has it, if you're looking to soft swap, let Dan know what he's getting into first.
I'm not looking for anything. I like to have fun with my friends, and when things evolve, let's evolve. But communicate what your rules are, because if I break them, that ain't my fault. That's your fault.
Ooh, I love this.
So then, here's the thing. If that's soft swap, what is it when only one person goes to
Everybody, they have all kinds of different acronyms for that shit. I can't keep up with it. I'm either about it or I'm not. That's how I roll.
I'm not sure what that is, Ray.
If
We'll
you-
get back to you.
We're gonna figure it out. We're
they
gonna
wanna
find
come
the
up with
lighter
a-
side of Dan. It's in there somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. Red and West. Yeah, I saw that right there. So they said they loved the idea that we recently had, babe, about the bracelets that we did with the preferences.
So this is
Why don't you break this down for Dan
yeah.
when we
So
did this?
Dan, I want to ask you because I like both of these. I have two caveats of why I like this post and what my asterisks of why I do but I don't. So first thing, okay. So lifestyle to me is about getting to know people, right?
It's about. I think lifestyle, in my opinion, is sexual freedom.
Okay.
Being able to explore sexually and openly, and your partner supports it. That's me. That's in my opinion, but it doesn't make it right or wrong. To me and my wife, lifestyle is sexual freedom.
I think you could add definitely his branch to what we're.
I agree.
There's,
So here's my
there's
question to
space.
you, Dan. So we've gotten a lot of things, this, that, and back and forth about people want us to give them bracelets to color code what a full swap is. So if you're wearing red and I'm wearing red, we know we're a full swap couple.
In my opinion, I don't think that's a good idea because people are going to get ostracized when if they're willing to come here, because most people who are soft swap accidentally end up organically doing a full swap, and now that opportunity is taken away from them by wearing it. But on the other hand, by them not wearing it, they're putting themselves in a situation to fail. So
you kinda see it either way?
I wouldn't do it. That's just
Not
me.
for you, but you can
It
see
wouldn't work
both
for me.
sides.
But-
It wouldn't work for me and my wife because we're so organic with situations.
Right.
I don't like being ambushed with I don't like being ambushed. Now, if somebody tells me out the gate, now there has been time we soft swap and we've had an amazing time, but we talked about it before and it was a slow burning situation. It was awesome. But if we're going back to the room thing, we're about to get down and dirty, and next thing you know, they're like, nope, you ambushed me with some dumbass rule. I'm sorry, not sorry. And that's
And
my opinion.
everybody's agreeing here too. They're saying agreed. Let us know in advance. Let the couple know in advance. So I mean, it's standing true. You got the hashtag soft swap stupid.
Let's put that on a shirt. Let's go.
So this is great, y'all, and we appreciate you. If anybody's got other questions for Dan, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to break it down once a month. You're going to start to find Dan putting more posts up on his page with topics that are debatable. We're going to start to save some cool ones, some really great ones that we could break down here on the show, and we want to get your opinions, see how they affect you in your lifestyle journey, see how you can maybe implement them into the journey and use them to have better successes, right, babe?
And so true. And that's why I love talking to Dan. I love talking to Jordan. I love talking to other people at Secrets Hideaway just about their journey and what works for them. And because everyone's journey is different. And even like Dan was saying, just because we had a sexual encounter once doesn't mean it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
Just because you're in lifestyle once with one partner doesn't mean it's the same with a different partner. Hashtag I'm learning this because I'm with someone new and I thought I knew what I knew and now I don't know. And now here we are with Dan Cusimano and Jordan Marcel trying to figure out all the things.
And we just taught Ray the difference between full swap and soft swap. We had
Well,
a great day.
Like I said, I'm not trying to offend anybody. This is what works for me and my wife. This is what's been working for me and my friend group. I heard on a podcast, shout out to those front porch swingers.
Yeah.
I heard on a podcast like 3 years ago, they said the key to a happy lifestyle journey is surrounding yourself with people who have similar rules. Not necessarily the same, but similar. And that's worked for us.
Right.
I'm not going to walk into a party with a bunch of soft swappers. I'm not going to go to a party where everybody's got big forearms from
You
giving
want to
hand
put
jobs all
yourself
night.
into similar
Not
debauchery
happening.
scenarios, you know?
Not
That's it.
happening.
I like that.
I'm not going to go to a party where people get offended and I spark a joint. Not happening.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to surround yourself with people who have similar rules and
Right.
similar vibes.
I love
and
that.
it works.
Really great stuff here. Chopping
So
it up
good.
with Dan in the building here on the official Secrets Hideaway podcast. Dan, when's the next time you and Kathy are going to be here at Secrets in case anybody wants to hang with y'all, chill with you
We're
guys?
going to be here on the 8th and 9th and Labor Day weekend.
Love it. So the 8th and 9th of August and
And Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend. I love it. And full weekend rips the whole way through.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday both, and Friday and Saturday both, yeah.
So I
But
love
we
that.
also got a lot going on, and if you ever see us around, like, man, we'll talk to anybody and everybody.
Dude, for real, definitely stop, pull up, say what's up to them. They're always out here and really easy to talk to. Jess and I can definitely attest to that.
I will say this. Last time I was on here, I kind of got ambushed with some horrible comments, and I will say this. Come to me with some receipts. Please do, and we can talk about anything and everything in a non-hostile environment.
And y'all too, listen, lifestyle environment. I mean, Jess and I, like I said, we've been your brand ambassadors and your faces kind of for the past 2 years or so. this whole lifestyle is a journey. And the fact that somebody, I know, hey, Dan, listen, ups, downs, ins, outs, but well before we knew each other, everybody's entitled to a second shot. Everybody's entitled to say, I'm sorry. Everybody's entitled to be able to say, hey, I was doing that for a minute and I had no idea what I was doing. Please allow me the opportunity to show you what I'm really about. And then at that point, if they're still saying no, I mean, that sounds like it's on them, man. So I like, as far as we're concerned, bro, I love that you clear your side of the street, as Jess says, poetically. You've been a G, bro, for real.
Thank you.
Really
I
cool.
appreciate it. And while I got this moment, I want to give my boy Gary a shout out at Enigma Inc. in Spring Hill. Go see him for all
You're coming
your
through.
lifestyle
You're rolling through later today, right?
Yeah, about to go put 6-7 hours in tomorrow on the back. But
That's it.
Go see him.
That's it. And if you know Dan, you know he loves his ink and the tattoos. That you could chop up the stories next time you see him on
Almost as
property.
much as he loves Kathy and
That is true.
sexual
Pretty much.
things.
That's it, y'all. So,
Thank you, guys.
babe, dude, Dan, it was
Oh, wait,
amazing.
I got 10 and 10
We're
real
going to
quick.
get that. We're going to
All right,
actually
let's do
close
it.
the segment, close the show with a couple of questions. You got a couple more on there, Ray? Is somebody asking some stuff? Oh, that's right. Oh, yes, coming up tonight. So we do have some pretty heavy rain here at Secrets Hideaway. We were supposed to have an 8-ball tournament that was outside. Our pool tables are currently underwater from the rain, so we are going to postpone that 8-ball tournament We'll work
a
that
later
in.
date.
We'll work that in the coming weeks for y'all. We promise you won't miss a second of action. We still have normal, awesome entertainment and action going on Wednesday night. Coco will be in the house. She'll be behind Spa Bar. And full run of show, regular Wednesday. But we are going to postpone that erotic rendezvous for the 8-ball tournament that was supposed to be outside tonight. So, Florida weather will get you one day. So, yeah. Also, too, this Friday, we do have our next stand-up comedy show coming down the pipe. Mr. 407 Kevin and our rock star lineup of amazing stand-up comedians are back in the house for this Friday. We have our Doors to Club Secret opening up at 7 o'clock with a show start time of 7:30. Make sure you come on into the nightclub, and it is a first-come, first-served seating basis. Come on in. You can bring your food into the club, your drinks into the club, and Kevin and the comedians always have a great time. Right, babe?
We do have a great time. And Heather, we can't wait to have you here this weekend.
That's
It's going to be
girl.
a great time,
Ooh,
girl.
I love it. Yes, Heather, we're going to rock out. It's going to be a great weekend. And we will have Club Swingster with its normal dungeon hours this weekend, Friday and Saturday night, rocking and rolling from 10 p.m. till 2 a.m. And it's going to be a great time all throughout the weekend. Don't forget, Mashup Sundays are this Sunday, coming up with Chi-Town Shaney. The homegirl's back in the building, so make sure you come on out and experience the coolest pool party in Florida. What else, babe? You want to take them home with that 10 and 10? We got our fun little excerpt to do. Jess, go and cut some questions for Dan, and let's see how he hits them. Hopefully, Kathy's still on the chat to laugh out loud at some of this.
All right, y'all. So we did a 10 and 10 last time, so I can't do the same 10, okay? All right. I asked Dan this earlier, so I'll do it again. What is your favorite part about the lifestyle?
The people.
And what is your least favorite part about the lifestyle?
The people.
Great
Fickle, fake
answer,
MFers.
dude. So good.
Nicest, kindest, shady people you'll ever meet.
Oh, hey, babe, before you get into your next question real quick, Heather was so smart, and she mentioned door decorating.
Heather, I feel you're going to probably win because I feel like you came clutch last time.
You did. I feel like
So-
Heather's got nice doors. She gets her
She
doors
does,
rolling.
and she knows what names to include on those doors.
Hey, Friday night is technically our door decorating. Make sure you have your door decorated by Friday evening. Saturday, during our pool party, we will announce our winner. And back to Jess's game.
Yes. Dan, do you feel swinging has changed your views on love, sex, and monogamy?
Absolutely.
For the good, for the better?
For the better. I now support what feels good.
So simple.
I love the
and
nice,
so
vague
true. I
answer.
know.
He's so smart.
I know.
Guy comes correct. He knows what he's doing.
It's like the thing I'm supposed to say, but I don't know how to say it.
Dan, 1,200 people have already watched this episode. You're a hot seller, bro.
Well, you know,
We're not even done recording the
How
live
do you
show.
think that people handle you, Dan?
hated by many, loved by plenty.
I like that.
I know. Dude, look at all these. And you think I have really good catchphrases? He's got, I think,
He
better
works
ones.
them in the mirror before he
mean,
gets here. The
he's
guy
got
lives
better
2
ones than
hours.
I
He has
do.
2 hours to rehearse the whole show in the car on the way here.
Somebody just posted. Dan has a great cock.
Really? With a picture? Is there a picture or is it just the...
Thanks.
Thanks, he
Old Town
says.
James.
Appreciate it, James.
I say, James, you would say that, wouldn't you? You happily newly married man.
Well, you know.
I know. I feel
I have so many questions.
They're doing the right thing, you know.
Well, he has been in the splash zone.
Shout out to Virginia Beach, baby.
All right.
Questions.
I don't know if I like all these. I know Chat GPT, you let me down. Anyone in the chats? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, does
for
anybody have any
Dan?
questions for Dan? We're going to open up the chat real quick. If anybody's got any questions they've been hanging on to the whole episode, we're kind of in the second part of it. We're going to put a pin in the episode in just a couple. So we want to open up the chat line. Feel free to hit it, y'all. And give Dan your worst or your
Okay,
best.
I got a couple until we get some. What was your first swinging experience like? Were you nervous, excited, or both?
I was nervous. Our first experience, my wife had a horrible experience, and I was loving life. And then when we had to talk about it, and we were on the fence of moving forward. And then my wife had a good experience, and I looked over, and she was speaking Hebrew, and I was like, "Oh shit, I don't know if I want to be doing this or not." Next thing you know, we were on the ride home. She was smiling and saying, "I think we can live this life." And I was like, "Oh shit, I don't know if we can."
You're like, "Yeah, Shabbat
So
Shalom, let's
there's a lot
go."
of hypocritical feelings.
My last name's Goldberg. Nobody panic.
And then
my people.
we ironed it out, but lots of amazing experiences since. So
Love
it was a experience. I'll tell you that.
But I feel like the crazy experiences, if that's like the first one, you're like, hey, this can only get crazier, cooler, and better. So
My wife encountered like 3 soft wieners out the gate, right out the gate.
Poor
Like,
Kathy.
good looking dudes, just
right,
Lamborghinis with no motor.
I get it.
Like it was horrible.
Okay.
Damn. Sorry guys.
But you go American Muscle, bro, and these imports. You know what I'm
Hey
saying?
man, it's like salvage titles.
Have you broken a rule in the heat of the moment, and was it worth it?
Ooh, great
I
question.
have broken a rule, and I don't break rules twice. Most
While
of
you
them-
were in the act of doing
in the
flesh
heat of the
stuff?
moment,
Okay.
me and my wife have both broken rules, and it's how you respond. We don't make the mistakes twice, and they weren't malicious. If we've never maliciously broke rules,
Are the hiccups almost guaranteed? It's how you deal with it. It's how you deal with it.
It's how you handle it, man. It's like customer service. You're gonna make mistakes. It's what are you gonna do when you make a mistake? How you fix it.
Right.
So you're gonna make mistakes.
So almost don't be afraid of it. Just know it's
But it's your responsibility to catch yourself.
okay.
Catch yourself when if
I
you're
feel that.
if
I
you're
feel that.
impaired, that's when most of the time the shit happens is when you're impaired.
I feel that.
I suggest if your wife or husband has triggers, you don't press those triggers,
Right.
Because things can go south real quick.
Right. I get it.
How do you still keep your relationship spicy outside of the lifestyle? Or is it still spicy outside of the lifestyle?
There is nothing sexier than taking my wife back. I don't give a shit what you say. We can have any nasty, wild, crazy, sexy orgy, whatever. But when I get my wife home on Sunday night, that's mine.
Right.
There's nothing hotter than that. And if you don't have that same feeling towards your partner, you're in the wrong game, homie. So I'm
that's
just letting
awesome.
you know.
And
There's
on
nothing better than the take back.
And on that note, that's the end of my questions.
I love it. That's a mic drop.
I know,
Jess
yeah.
Woods.
That was a good one. That was a good
y'all.
one.
That's right, y'all. Chopping it up with the homie Dan. He's going to be back. And as usual, we're going to do it live here every month now. Once a month, we're going to bring you the Secrets Hideaway and Lifestyle Uncensored, the state of lifestyle. It's 2025. It is a full-blown social media project. I feel like when it comes to the lifestyle now, there's so much lifestyle on the media outlets, Dan, that it's a really great time for us to chop things up, great topics, and it's really a pleasure to have you here breaking it down once a month.
Oh, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah,
but,
please.
James,
No, go ahead.
James just texted me and said that was Emily who said I had a nice cock, not him. Thanks, Emily.
Just so nobody was confused, and that's if anything ever does come out live here on the show on the chat, and you would like to make sure we know what really happened, feel free to text Dan. You can text, we'll put the numbers on the hotline so you can clarify your side of the street, as Jess likes to say. We can clear it up, but
That was so great, y'all. That was
communication on this episode. That's what
Much
we had.
love.
That's what we had.
Sending nothing but love and good vibes to everybody.
And Dan, let's do this too, really quick. So for you, Kathy, your tribe, to get a hold of you, if people want to message y'all, say, hey, when do we hang out? What's a great way to get a hold of you?
Inbox, Facebook Messenger, or STC. Game on Couple 392 on STC.
Awesome.
If
y'all have
do a
SDC
lot of
profiles, you could search Dan over on SDC as well. That's great.
And I'm around. I'm not hard to find. I'm a creature of habit.
Love it, bro. Absolutely awesome. And it's been a great episode. Once again, right here again, live on the official Secrets Hideaway podcast. Hey, don't forget, we have our brand new property, Secrets 2. It is the all new property that is going to be attached to the original Secrets Hideaway location right here. We got 125 brand new rooms of lifestyle. We just debuted this amazing new property. Ask us about it, DM us about it, get an email so we can send you the 3D renderings of what this brand new property is going to look like. If you come visit us here on the property and you're live with us either this weekend or anytime in the next couple of weeks, we are running the new 3D rendering of Secrets 2 underneath our tiki bar pretty much 24/7, so you can see what the new hotel property is going to look like, the new pool, the new rooms that we're going to have designed. Dan, have you seen this new run
I
yet?
have, and
Looks crazy, right?
We're contemplating on joining.
Hey, and what would you
Nice.
do if Team Jess and Jordan had a room right next to you, bro? We'd turn up, man. Let's figure it out.
You ain't ready for that.
You know what?
That's what he thinks.
I'm probably not, but it's all good at this point. Hey, listen, as the brand ambassador, we'll figure it out. It's all good. We'll find.
Hey, I've
we'll
peeked
find a way.
in Dan Cuz's casita a time or two.
With the window open. It's listen. You know,
With
I feel like
permission, though. I
we can
wasn't a
handle
creeper,
it. We
yo.
can handle it. Hey, we're earning our stripes out here, D. We're gonna figure it out. It's like, you know,
Yeah.
we're getting there. But it's a good time. Always a great time here at Secrets. We're gonna have Dan back next month. And if y'all have a topic or something cool that you want us to chop up, please shoot us a DM, shoot us a message, shoot Dan a message. We will absolutely unpack that topic here on the show next time, right, babe?
Yes, we're so excited to have Dan back. It's always a great time.
Thank you guys so much for
Yeah,
the
bro.
opportunity. And once again, come at me. I'm ready. I'm
Next
full
month,
of-
baby. Let's
I'm
rip it.
ready.
Hey, we gotta start putting some T-shirts together, like hashtag Soft Swap is stupid. We'll roll out
do
the
it.
Dan line. You know, like it'll be a whole T-shirt. We get ball caps.
We can discuss it.
You know, the kid's a walking.
I feel
brand
he's very
ambassador, you know?
excited.
He's got it. He's ready to go. But we're gonna have some fun, y'all. It's been a great episode, and make sure you guys come on through. We're gonna have a great weekend here at Secrets. Looking forward to seeing everybody this weekend for an awesome time back at the greatest lifestyle party on the planet. And until next time, we're back. Don't forget to check us out live from Fair Villa next week, where we do our official Secrets Hideaway podcast episode for y'all, live from the Fair Villa Summer Party of 2025. That'll be a lot of fun.
Return of Felicio.
That's right, baby. And we'll see y'all next week. And have a great weekend of lifestyle and keep it real. Thank you, Dan, once again. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Yeah.